All right. Feeney Talks with Friends, episode 156. We're in a special place. We're in Farmington on 258 Main Street in Maximum Beverage. We usually film in Maximum Beverage, but in West Hartford. But today, we're in Farmington with a good friend. What's up, Reno?
How we doing?
Reno from J.Timothy's.
I'm here.
Can you guys smell those wings? They're here. Dirt wings are in the building. I can't concentrate. So I'm very excited to talk with you. Where do you want to start?
Anywhere you want. It's a holiday season.
Yeah.
We can talk about holiday seasons. We can talk about how blessed people are, how lucky people are. Matter of fact, how I got involved to this seat that I'm across from you right now by getting contacted for a donation for one thing, and then it led to an email, and it led to another email, and it led to, okay, well, we'll help you here. And I'm like, by the way, I got a golf tournament in May of the next year. Is there something, you may have some connections for me? And, and then it was like, you want to come on a podcast? And I was like, talking to my marketing person, and I'm like, what's that like? And she's like, just like when you go on TV, except there's no cameras. You're just going to talk to people and talk about topics they want to talk about. A lot of times I'm talking about Super Bowl more than anything with a lot of people, or the history of J.Timothy's. But in a case like this, like I said, when I first got here, I left the restaurant that was busy, and we're going to be busier tonight. But in our earlier conversation, it's a holiday season is about, not just what is going on for us, it's what's going on for everybody else. So when you said, you want to sit down and have a conversation, I went and looked up, Friends with Feeney and see what everything's about, and taking some time out to help other people, or to even send a story, tell a story, it's good for everybody.
Yeah.
I've been at J.Timothy's for 3+ decades, so I've seen all the ups and downs, and the people we've been able to help, the friends we've made, the connections we've made. I'm making a connection today. I met 3 or 4 people here today I didn't know before, and didn't know your face other than walking in here. And I'm saying, I'm looking for an Eric guy, and I know I'm looking for friends for Feeney. The first guy's like, yeah, the podcast is over there. I'm like, okay. I met
strangers are just friends who haven't met yet.
This is true. No, I met Matt, the owner, and I told him, I said, I've stopped here. I said, I live in South Windsor. And I'm away home from work. I'll stop in over here, grab something, and then I go home, and unless I can hit something else on the way. But, he's like, yeah, nice.
Speaking of Matt, the owner, this is my Alec Baldwin. He's been on the most podcasts. Matt, yeah, Alec Baldwin, you've been in the most. I think episode 30. You were episode 20. But again, he comes in with celebrations.
Did you bring some beer, bring some whiskey, or?
And he doesn't come empty-handed either. That's why he always gets invited.
Well, you're at Maximum Beverage.
Yeah, there's a lot of whiskey behind us here, and what
do we got?
Bottles?
Let's do a little.
Tell us about this. Yeah.
So Sagamore Rye. These guys are out of Maryland. This is their cast strength. 7-year-old, which is, the way whiskeys have been going lately. That's on the older side of things. We see a lot of 4 or 5-year-old stuff out there. So Rye, I know you say you're on the clock.
Yep. Someone's got to work.
You got to go back.
Someone's got to work.
So,
nice and dark, those.
Nice little rye whiskey here.
Beautiful cup too. We got Maximum Beverage. That's going to be for Dave. Shout out to Direct Line Media. None of this would be possible. Dave, still here. 156 episodes and counting.
Yeah,
you can smell it. And my guy Marty's in the building. Marty Party.
Hard rye on that.
Yeah. This one is. I'm not sure the exact match boil on this. We're big on the proof here. Want to guess? Give me a number. It's over 100 by a lot.
Yes.
By law.
By a lot.
120.
No, I was going to go 114.
123.
Ooh, that's a big boy.
Price is right. I win.
That's a big boy. It doesn't smell hard, though.
No, it's going down.
It's like 2 shots in one.
Well, cheers to you. Cheers to J.Tim's. Cheers to Maximum Beverage.
Cheers.
Here's to Friends of Feeney. So
I'm going to go sit in the corner. Cheers. And
cheers, Dave. Can Marty have a? I think Marty. Can Marty get one?
Yeah, you want
some?
Yeah.
Why not?
Feeney Talks with Friends. This podcast was created thanks to Dave. He did his behind the brand. I came on and talked about Friends of Feeney. When I left, I said, hey, can I do the questions? And here we are. So this is Feeney Talks with Friends. I use this podcast to talk to wonderful people in the community that are doing great things. And you've been in the community for 30 plus years.
Yeah, 34 at J.Timothy's.
34 years.
Yeah.
How's that feel?
Old some days, other days not so old at all. They say find something you love to do, and you'll never feel like you're working a day in your life. Sure, that's a great thing expression, but I do love what I do. Some days I just like what I do. Other days they're difficult. I'm sure everybody's job, as much as they like it, there are days that you go in and you get to do your job, and that's fine, and that's just human. There's no way, in my opinion, you're going to love what you do every single day. But I like the job that I have. I like the connection. I've always been a food and drink person. I like all the spirits that I deal with. It's my primary job there in beer, wine, and liquor. But I go hand in hand with our chef on all special events. I'm probably the biggest food geek in the building. I get all jazzed up about meeting new chefs, going to new restaurants. When I make connections, just like we're having, making a new friend here, as you said, when I go out to another restaurant, if I meet a chef owner or I meet a manager over there I haven't met before and let them know where I work, and they're like, oh my goodness, I just did a gift card swap at another restaurant they had called up today. They want to do that. We've done it a couple of times in the past. So I like people. There are people in this world that, would rather be on a computer and not deal with people. Some days, like I said, some days you don't want to deal with people. Teachers don't want to deal with students every single day. Lawyers don't want to deal with this. Police and firemen. Everybody's got a job, and whatever it is. But I still enjoy what I do. 9 out of 10 times, making people happy. A little bit like your organization. Ours is on a smaller scale because we only do maybe one event a year, but we help out with so many different organizations through J.Timothy's. But we do our charity golf tournament every single year. But I reach out to everybody and anybody. I use the long arm of the Connecticut Restaurant Association to say, listen, we're having a golf tournament. All I'm just looking for is this or this and this. And I'm not looking for anybody to give me $10,000. You give me $50 here and $100 here. And,
yep, adds up.
30 people later, you've got.
How many years has your golf tournament been going?
I'm there for 34, so we're going on for 35 years.
35 years of your golf tournament?
Yep. I missed the
amazing.
First year. Well, it'll be 35 years this year. I missed the very first year. I was not working there. And then when he started, it was a small one. So I think it's 35 years. We just did our 34th. Oh, I hope I get in trouble for that one.
Friends of Feeney's on our fifth one, September 12th, 2026.
Where do you have yours?
When's your next one? Do you got the date yet?
May 18th or 19th. It's the third Monday in May.
Okay.
We do ours at Tunxus.
Ours is at Tunxus.
Okay.
On a Saturday. Yours is on a Monday.
Ours is on a Monday because of work. If I did mine on a Saturday, none of us could be there.
That is interesting. You're closed on Mondays.
We are closed on Mondays.
What's the reason on that, and why, and how long has that been going?
So that only happened coming out of COVID. When we came out of COVID, we actually closed Monday and Tuesday. Staffing issues, restrictions, guests weren't coming out right off the bat. We're not going to staff it like we normally would and not have anybody in there. Dining restrictions. We adhered to whatever the state was saying for guidelines, and we had no problem with that. We want to get everybody safe. We want to try to get back into business, but we want to do it with the proper channels.
Yeah. You mentioned it. Thank you so much. Marty swung by and grabbed the gift card for our golf tournament. You guys were very generous. It was a huge hit at a raffle, so we can't thank you enough.
Marty, you give me 2 weeks notice next year, I'm going to build a whole basket for you, not just a gift card.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No.
Yeah, we're here with Rino Ouellet. Take us back to 1989. What happened then? And why?
I just joined J.Timothy's. I was working at a place called Brannigan's in Southington. The bartenders happened to started coming into Brannigan's every single Sunday night.
Yep.
I was already going into J.Timothy's on Wednesday nights. I was playing in a co-ed soccer league. We would just stop at J.Timothy's on the way home. I lived in Southington at that time, so that was just our stop on Wednesday. So I got to meet the two bartenders that were working every Wednesday night. They found out I worked over at Brannigan's. Slowly but surely, we make a good friendship. Brannigan's was a very nice restaurant. I worked there for just about a year, but definitely not doing the volume that J.Timothy's was. I guess they poached me and said, listen, we got a spot open. We got 4 shifts a week, a couple shifts as a server, but 4 shifts as a bartender. And September of 89, the rest moved on. I did leave them for a year and a half. I went and worked for a chain restaurant. I was looking to get into full-time management, wanted to learn more in the numbers end of it and get involved with, not the day-to-day bartending. And, but after I left and then I came back, and it was like, from there, we just kept going and going and going and growing and growing and growing. I've been through seven 6 renovations, 2 that were major, kitchen blowouts and full room redos and shut down for a week. I mean, a lot of restaurants do that. It's normal to pick a slow week and whenever it may be for you and renovate. And the owners have since, we say, semi-retired, but they're not there. And it's, if they hear this, that's good that they're not there. But if they're not there, that means we're doing our job better than better. So,
so that was 1989. What happened in 1789?
1786 is when it started, the building.
Oh, okay.
So it was 1786. So as a matter of fact, J.Timothy celebrated its 40th anniversary 5 days before COVID shut the country down.
Oh.
So shut it down. We were on a Thursday, and they shut down on Sunday, I think, or Monday. We were playing the basketball game Sunday night.
Yep.
It was like 3 or 4 days before, literally, when they shut everything down. I literally remember the NBA game. They're going to stop the NBA game right now. We got too many people that are sick. And then the next day, they came out and started saying, okay, everything's getting shut down. Now, we had just done a 40th anniversary where we closed the entire restaurant, sold tickets for X amount of people, donated everything. Our main charity for us is the Plainville Food Pantry.
Mm-hmm.
Has been for the 30-plus years.
Is that where your golf tournament goes?
Yes.
Oh,
I say 90. 85% of it goes to the Plainville Food Pantry. We also have a John Huey scholarship. John Huey was our original chef and a small minority partner with Tim and Jim, the 2 owners. He came with them out of Pennsylvania from Steak and Ale, where they started. So John came over. He was the original chef with them. Unfortunately, he passed of cancer. I'm going to be terrible with dates. I'm going to say it's about 11 years now. So once we started doing the golf tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Once we started doing the golf tournament, we started pulling out of the golf tournament and doing special holes to benefit just the John Huey Scholarship. We take like a couple of par 3s, and instead of, doing a 50-50 there, it's for the John Huey Scholarship, but we'll match it to the 50-50. So if you pay $10, it's just for John Huey. You pay $20, 10 goes for John, and 10 goes for the 50-50.
Oh, that's cool.
So most people are like, just throw a 20 out there, and 10 for charity, 10 for the John Huey, and we share it out that way.
I saw that. Yeah, that was great that you do the scholarship.
Yeah, we do it. We try to keep it to Plainville just because we're in that town. But I also have a lot of students, high school students that go Southington, New Britain, both Bristol Eastern, Bristol Central, Farmington, Newington. I got a huge group of kids who just find out
that work at J.Tim's.
That work at J.Tim's.
Yep.
Like it seems like once I get like one football player from doing it in high school, 4 of them apply. If they like the job and they tell their friends,
word of mouth.
Yeah, it is word of mouth. I've always said it's a good first job. Although if you're not a people person, it's a tough first job. And part of the job is you got to talk to people. Just as they're clearing a table or bringing food or stacking dishes, you still got to talk to people.
Yep.
Be it a kitchen person, a host person, a server person. And we're 135, 140 employees between our kitchen and our front of the house. Staff. So we're a big building. We seat 370 plus people. We're 9 rooms on 3 levels. So, on a Saturday night, I have 50, 55 employees in the building. I'll turn anywhere between this time of year, 12 to 1,400 people through the door. So that's, and they walk in the door. It's prep people are in at 7 o'clock. Wait staff are in at 10:45, and by 12 o'clock we're in a wait list. And they're busy. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, it's a lot of our one of our favorite expressions. We've used it for the longest time. Is controlled chaos. I always every year I get somebody want to talk about for Super Bowl and what happens with the Super Bowl and how much we do.
That's a question.
The truck.
I got that written down.
Remind me, I'll tell you my funniest joke ever to Super Bowl, and I will go when we get to that. I will tell you that one. But I tell everybody it's we've been doing it for so long. It's like a system for any other job. It doesn't matter what job you have in this world. You have systems in place, and if you follow them, usually things go pretty well for you. We have controlled chaos. We are busy throughout 3/4 of the day, and we just try to maximize all our time with it.
Let's go to Super Bowl then. Come on. Now, true or false, confirm or deny.
Right off the bat, one of the
2015, you had 20,000 pounds of wings in 2015,
and then Super Bowl.
And then 2025 was 24,000 pounds. Last year was 24,000 pounds of wings.
24,000 pounds divided by 2, that's 12 tons.
12 tons, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
12 tons of meat.
2015, 10 tons. Yeah, that's probably about right. Yeah. So our biggest
Where do you store it? How do you get it out?
Yeah.
Like, so many questions.
So you get 2 tractor trailers that come. We get 2 deliveries during the week. We get one in the middle of the week and one at the very end of the week. The Friday delivery is never fun for our delivery guy. He hates it because the place is busy. He tries to get there as early as possible. We actually bring in a refrigerated truck that we actually plug into the outside.
Keep the stuff in there?
And we keep all that product right in there.
Wow. And you're known for having bigger wings than places. Can you share where do you get these wings, or where's the farm? Who's the chicken? Are they on steroids?
I don't know who the chickens are. I've never talked to them. We use our one provider. That's PFG, Performance Food Group. I don't know the name of the farm. Last I knew, we were buying out of a farm in Pennsylvania. We do have a spec, just like almost every restaurant does. A spec, and every chain restaurants have spec qualities.
Yep.
We use a 10-12, which means it's 10 to 12 wings per pound. So if they're running a little small, some places they're buying 12, 15 wings per pound. Just like when you do shrimps, when people look at a bag, it says U12. That means it's under 15 per pound. So our wings in the industry are considered a medium to large. There are places that use bigger ones, there are places that use much smaller ones. But we have found that size, and we did a lot of work with it, but that gives us the best meat to Christmas ratio on the chicken itself. Some people say, they want a little less, a little bit more, a little less. That's fine. Everybody's got their own taste. I've sent other people to other chicken wing places in the state. They're like, sure, other people do a very good job of it. Not everybody's as big as we are either. We're a big facility, and that's why we do so much we do. But yes, last year was right below 12 tons. That was the number. We were right below it.
Jeez. And are you still doing Wednesday buckets? I heard that was like what started. Did that bring you after the softball games? Is that why you went?
That's where Dirt Wings all started.
Okay.
Good history lesson is, so we used to do bucket night. Wednesday night was bucket of wings and a bucket of Rolling Rock ponies.
Okay. Nice.
You would get 5 ponies and a bucket of wings on Wednesday night. It was the deal. You basically got the beer for like 2 cents per beer, just to generate business in the middle of the week. This is back when we were open 7 days a week.
Yep.
But so we were just looking for a way, other places do now, they'll do Taco Tuesdays or Happy Hour Thursdays, or everybody has promotions,
Oh, yeah.
We didn't do many of them, but we said something like this, we'll bring some business in the middle of the week. On the softball team was our pitcher. His name was Barry Burgeon. His nickname was Dirt. Reason being, he was as old as dirt. Everybody in the team was...
Not because he slid in the dirt?
No.
He was old as dirt.
No.
Poor Barry.
I was my second year there, so I was all of 22. I think the oldest guy on the team was 25, other than Barry, who was like 38. He was a dad. He had 2 kids.
Old as dirt, 38.
Dirt. Yeah.
Okay.
But he was literally 10 years on the next oldest guy. We had high school and college kids. I had some of my food runners that were on the team. They're good athletes.
Did you play?
I did play. Yeah.
Okay.
I was not a very good softball player. I was a soccer player most of my life. I was okay, but nothing.
Back to Barry.
Yeah, but Barry his name was Dirt.
His name was Dirt.
Nobody called him Barry. We all called him Dirt. That was his nickname from day one. Always had. When I first met him, they introduced me. This is Dirt. Now I actually knew. I met his kids. His wife. I've met her several times. She's been a good friend of J.Timothy's. But anyway, come back from softball games, go to J.Timothy's, get wings. Barry was a smoker. Back then, you couldn't smoke in J.Timothy. They had stopped the smoking there, so he would eat some of his wings, go outside, want a cigarette, and say, "Listen, you got to, my wings are, cold. Got to heat them up." So we're like, we could do them. So we would like throw them back in the oven because he's already eating on them. You got to put them back in a plate, cook them up again, and then resauce them. So we started saying this is a good way to do these things. So we started working on a formula to do this where instead of, because obviously I'm not going to have somebody eat 5 or 6 wings and then say, cook them some more for me again. We do that for them now. So our Dirt Wings, they get fried, sauced, chilled down, and then we refry them and sauce them a second time.
Ooh.
So we made them, and he would always say, people would say, I want the wings like Dirt got them. I want those Dirt Wings. I want those Dirt Wings. They were Dirt's wings.
Good old Dirt. Is he still with us? Is he still around? Does he get it?
He's not around. I don't believe where Barry is nowadays. I've not seen him in
several years. Does he get compensation? Are you using his like?
No, he got treated very well at the beginning from the owners.
NIL?
No NIL back then, but the owners treated him very good in the beginning. So
is this one the Dirt? Can we show them all?
That's your sweet red chili. That's your buffalo Dirt. That's your dry rub.
We talked all this dirt. Let's get a zoom in on these dirts.
That's the buffalo Dirt.
Buffalo Dirt.
That's the buffalo Dirt.
And what do you have?
This is a sweet red chili Dirt.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Now the other one's over there.
Any flavor.
Nope, we don't. We do not dirt the dry rub.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. People love these.
That's the number.
Crispy.
Yes. So it's double dip, double fried. So basically you're frying the sauce onto the skin.
Ooh.
So we should do.
That's the buffalo. That's the honey barbecue.
Nope, sweet red chili.
Sweet red chili. And then I wanted to try dry rub.
You wanted to try the Chipotle dry rub.
Not dirt.
Not dirt. Nope.
But a dry rub.
But a dry rub.
Oh, very excited. We'll get into these. Smell that from over here, Marty? Over there?
We should.
Now, true or false?
Okay.
Is there ketchup in your sauce?
Not going to say anything. Not going to say anything.
True or false? Do you make homemade the blue cheese and ranch?
Yes and no.
So true to the blue cheese.
Blue cheese.
You make your homemade blue cheese.
Absolutely. From scratch.
And you add a lot more blue cheese than people would get somewhere else.
Not answering that question.
Yeah. So everybody, you heard it here first. There's ketchup in these wings, and they make their blue cheese with extra blue. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. No, I'm very excited. Dirt. Shout out to Dirt. Do you have T-shirts that say Dirt Wings or anything?
We do.
Market the
We
Dirt.
do. I didn't have a T-shirt your size that said Dirt Wings. Our staff wear them.
What about J.Tim?
It actually says on the back, says "Come get dirty with us."
Oh, little innuendos.
Yeah, it says Dirt Wings in the front. It says "Come get dirty with us" in the back.
Let's get dirty.
Yep. It's one of the staff's favorite shirts to wear.
Wow.
Yeah, tell them they only wear that in the bar. Though we don't wear it in the dining room. Like you said, too many people question the innuendo when they're walking by, saying, "What is that supposed to mean?"
Let's get dirty.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. And explain the J-Tims. Who's Jim? Who's Tim?
So you got Jim Welch and Tim Adams.
Yep.
So it was called Cook's Tavern when they first had it.
Did you ever frequent Cook's Tavern?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I joined them about a year after they went from Cook's Tavern to J.Timothy's.
Gotcha.
Back then, they used to have a Sunday review of restaurants, and the people that did restaurant review reviewed them and gave them a horrendous review. Horrendous. And people actually canceled events. People that had weddings booked there canceled. They were so worried about it. Obviously, nowadays we got influencers of every way, shape, or form. But there's so many influencers. Back then, there was only one food critic. There was a husband and wife back then. Gave them a terrible review, and to the point where they were like questioning, should we continue down this road? And they were white tablecloth at that time. It was fine dining, white tablecloth, and they took a hard look at it and said, you know what, we're going to change our entire, business model. And they were sitting around discussing. They'd already known what they wanted to do. They wanted to become a tavern, approachable for everybody, families more than anything. They knew being in Plainville and the surrounding towns, they're like, listen, we're not dealing with, city. We're not dealing with a lot of white collar. We need to change this, especially as that whole thing was happening. And they were sitting around, and one of the cooks back then, a guy named Gary, was they were throwing names out, and he threw out, how about J-Tim's? And they're going, what do you mean J-Tim's? He goes, well, J for Jim and T for Timothy's, J-Timothy's. And he's like, J-Timothy's. And they're like, wait a minute, J-Tim's or J-Timothy's? And they said, no, let's go J-Timothy's. But I can't tell you how many times I'm walking through the restaurant and I hear people on the phone saying, yeah, I stopped at J-Tim's. I stopped at J-Tim's. I stopped at J-Tim's. Oh, that's no J-Timothy's. Yeah. The only one who says J-Timothy's are people from out of state that heard about it and they want to make a trip here.
Yeah.
I would get that. That was the best thing that came out of COVID for us. I met people from Maryland, Maine, Pennsylvania, Vermont, Mass, everything within 5 to 6 hours. Because during COVID, if you were allowed to come out, they would just drive. I remember meeting the people from Maryland going, "What a 6-hour drive?" He said, "We're coming up here. We're getting J. Timothy's wings, Pepe's Pizza, staying overnight, and going back home. What else we have to do?" I'm going, you know what? That's really good.
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah. If you're from Maryland, they were just looking up things to do. And they said, you had some nationally recognized pizza and nationally recognized chicken wings in the same state. So they said, they literally we left this morning at 9 o'clock. And we got our pizza on the way up. We hit New Haven. Yeah. We went down to New Haven a little bit, checked it out. We stopped in here for dinner. We're getting a hotel room on the way back, and we're going home. So I was with my wife.
Beautiful day.
Maybe it was a boyfriend, girlfriend, but they were middle-aged couple. I'm going, what else are you going to do? It was a Saturday. I'm like, you stay home. You can only grocery shop on certain days or stay 6 feet apart from everybody.
Were you always killing it with the wings, or did the Food Network show in 2016 really help? Or was it on its way anyway, or did that push you over? Like, can you compare and contrast before and after?
I would say it was on its way anyway. But my word would be, it blew it up in the sense that after the Food Network show happened, the very first sauce order we got for an online, we always had online ordering. We'd get people within the state. They get sauce shipped to them. The very first order we got, the very first one was Alaska. I'm like, who? The second one was Texas. So, and then I remember our marketing person, Nikki, saying, look at these online orders. 8 out of 10 were well outside the Northeast. I mean,
that's cool.
Nothing in the Northeast. I was going, who are these people? She goes, it's all Food Network. And why not?
So you bottled the sauce?
Yeah, we've always bottled the sauce.
The buffalo sauce?
Yep.
And the
nope,
sweet
just
chili?
the buffalo.
Just the buffalo.
Just the buffalo.
With ketchup?
No answer. No answer.
Ketchup?
No answer.
Ketchup?
No answer. There's about 9 ingredients in there. I've never made the sauce from the
sugar.
get-go. No answer. No answer.
I got inside source.
I'll get you. You can have inside sources. There's plenty of ingredients.
True. Were you there?
I'm gonna hook Marty up with a really nice basket. It'll have sauce in there and everything.
Yes.
Couple sauces, some dry rubs. Trust me, it'll be a nice basket. I'm gonna be the one who puts it together myself. I deal with about a dozen charities that I hand work with. That I've worked with for probably 15 to 20 years.
Yeah.
Or other organizations that have helped us out very much so. And that's when I was like, I got carte blanche. You want something really nice? I'll make a basket so big you need a rolling cart to put it out there.
All right.
I don't care.
Remember us. Thank you,
Sure.
Rino. This is amazing. Yeah, you're a good friend. I knew this was going to be a great conversation, learning a lot. Let's talk about your role. So, and I learned today, FOH.
So FOH and BOH, front of the house and back of the house.
Yeah.
Everybody in the restaurant industry, that's common jargon. It's like the word 86. That means you're out of something.
Yep.
Everybody works in the restaurant even once. You'll learn that.
We'll start in the military, I think, too. 86.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Okay. See? So we have a couple of acronyms like everything else does in life, but that's so, as I said, my role as defined is beverage director / front of the house manager. I make sure my bar is plenty stocked, beer, wine, and liquor. But I also handle all the hiring of front of the house staff, being wait staff, bartenders, hostesses, food runners, my phone staff. We have a staff that just answers phones for us.
How's that online application? Do you sit down to do interviews with the kids too?
No, it's all in person.
All in person.
We're all in person. We are still old school. We still want you to come in with a pen and paper and fill out the application.
Nice.
I like this. I like the face to the person, especially because for me, we're an independent, and I want to know who's going to be talking to my guests.
Yep.
It's like one of the things I've instilled in our staff. We don't call them customers. We call them guests. I've always said from day one, if you're having a house party and you invite 10 people over to your house, the guys here, they come over and you welcome into your house. They're not customers. They're guests.
Agreed.
You're going to feed them. You're going to give them some drink, maybe you're going to watch a movie. And when they're done, you're going to give them a handshake or a hug or something like that. And off they go. They're a guest of yours. Now, we don't hug all our staff guests when they walk in the door. But we do shake hands with lots of them. I do hug many of them. We got lots of regulars and regular people that come in here, people that ask for certain tables and nights. We've got plenty of regulars, which is great. You want those people, but they're guests. They have chosen. If you're driving from West Hartford when you came from work and you drive to J.Timothy's, you pass 15, 20 restaurants. You've chosen to spend your money at J.Timothy's.
Good point.
You're a guest of ours.
I like that.
You can stop anywhere you want.
You're kind of jumping the gun because my next question: 3 keys that make you great at your job, and I think treating others as guests may be a great key.
It is. It is.
Am I wrong?
When I was thinking about something of that nature, the first one is caring.
Caring.
To me, it's bottom line. And like we were talking earlier, loving your job or liking your job or caring about your job, there's differences here. Like I said, there are days I love my job. There are days I just like my job. But no matter what the day, I always care about it. Yep. Bottom line, I have to. I got 140 staff. I have bad days. We're human. And sometimes my staff realize when I have a bad day. Can't wear it out. You got to leave it off your, leave the motion off your sleeves like that. Leave it at the back door. But if you care about it, that makes all the work a lot easier. The other one is I get my hands dirty. I don't know what word it is, but if I need to be a busboy, I'm a busboy. If I need to be a food runner, I'm a food runner. If I need to changing kegs, I'm changing kegs. So if I'm doing the job, my staff knows I'm doing the job.
Yeah, lead by example. Never ask someone to do something you wouldn't do. Another military thing.
Yeah, except for a couple of crazy technical stuff on the computer, because
Okay.
I got a couple I got more than enough tech people in that building.
Do you run the Instagram page?
Absolutely not. That's Nikki. No, she's my tech person, or if I have to move a couple tickets around and pull one drink off of one thing, I got 3 or 4 people that are whizzes with the computer. I'll go get them in a heartbeat before it hand, because I'm just not as quick as them, or I'm just not savvy as them. I definitely got a little bit of a dinosaur in me when it comes to technology.
Okay.
They pick on me about it at the restaurant,
So you got key, caring, leading by example, and third key?
The word we use all the time is execute. If I do my job, training somebody, giving them the right tools, then they can do their job. If my delivery guy receives the product properly and stores it properly, my prep person can prep it properly. My prep person preps it properly. Oh my goodness, that's tough wording.
Prepping properly.
Yes. My line cook's going to cook it properly. If he cooks it properly, my food runner delivers it to the table. If the waitress ordered it properly, you're getting the meal you want.
Yeah.
If you're happy at the end, they're going to get the tip they want. They've executed. If my hostess clears the table properly, get another person there, they're happy they're not waiting an hour for the table, they're waiting 45 minutes for a table. So if everybody just executes.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Know your role.
You'll leave room for little slip-ups here and there. Sure. Always. We're in the service industry. We're dealing with people. There's so many unknown factors. But if I tell people, if you just execute, if you just do your job that's asked of you, and that means your setup, taking care of your tables, your breakdown, your side work, your cleaning and stuff like that. If it's a dishwasher, stacking, silverware, white. There's so many things that go on for the day. I'm sure you plan your day. You talked earlier, you said you were a teacher. My wife's a teacher. And I know when she's going to have a tough day, because if I get home and she's doing lesson plans from the time I get home until the time she goes to bed, I ask her if she wants a glass of wine, and I go watch TV in a different room.
Smart man.
If I get home and she's asking what's for dinner, I know her lesson plan's done, because I do the cooking in the house. So that's okay.
Nice.
I can tell, I know when the state exams are coming up. So you have prep work to do.
Yep.
We have prep work to do. We came here today, and I walked in, and this whole area, there's cameras, can see if this all gets set up. I'm assuming he set all this up.
He sure did.
So someone has to prep this. We didn't just come in here and sit in 2 chairs and just with a little phone to record ourselves and say we're going to figure it all out later on. There took some work involved in this. There's lighting, there's cameras, there's sound. I was already told I can't tap the table, which I do by mistake. I'm very animated with my hands. I try to keep them down low like this. You got your hands crossed like that, so I keep them down low. Sure. So, I mean, that is all part of it. Otherwise, we exchanged emails how many times? And then we went to text messages. We got to set this up. We had bad weather, had to cancel once before. We had one person there's a person missing, isn't there?
Yeah. Stefania.
Okay.
She's under the weather.
She's not getting the wings today.
Bad weather, under the weather.
She loses the wings.
Stefania misses out.
Stefania misses
Could
out.
have been here, Stefania. Dirt Wings are calling your
She
name.
can stop by J.Timothy's. If she mentions me, reminds me of who she is, we'll get her some wings next time, Stefania.
You get the VIP treatment. Go see
Yeah,
Rino.
she get half the VIP treatment. She wasn't here.
Code word is be a good friend.
There you go. Absolutely. So, I mean, if there's a fifth word, if there's a fourth word in this whole thing, someone smells wings.
You smell him from far. He's got a plate.
Like you said, you said earlier, friends are
strangers.
Strangers are just friends that haven't met.
Yeah.
I take a lot of stock in the friends that have, the relationships and the friends that I've met through the state. Be it, like I said, chefs or owners or other managers. It's great connections, and I'm making this connection here, and we plan to help each other out in the future, both with our golf tournaments.
Absolutely.
And that's great. As long as that's still going on, I'd like to keep helping both people out.
Yep.
You're helping me with a good organization. I'm helping you with a good organization.
Agreed.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And that's
Being
what
a good friend.
some people lose sight of that.
Boom. I want to say that 3 Keys was sponsored by our podcast sponsor, New England Door and Security. And I also want to shout out some other sponsors. Maximum Beverage, here we are in Farmington. Direct Line Media, Brook Golf Law Group, Keating Agency Insurance, Sally and Bob's, Parkville Management, People's Bank. Did I mention Maximum Beverage? Matt, he's all right. He's a good friend. Matt's here hounding us for the wings. It's time for
Buffalo
wings.
Dirt.
Shout out to
That's
the
Buffalo Dirt.
Buffalo Dirt.
This is Sweet Chili Dirt.
Sweet Chili Dirt.
That's the dry rub. The R is ranch. The ones that are not marked are blue cheese.
Get after it.
There's wet naps in there too.
Couldn't wait any longer, guys.
I don't blame you.
There's wet naps.
It's time. Let's do it. Marty, get after it. Maybe Marty will just rip off a plastic cover.
That's a tough one to rip those off.
I was going to say.
And we buy the nice ones that are vented. So they don't steam up as much when you're driving home.
Okay. I like it. Vented to goes. 3 keys. Oh, yeah. So grab a few. What is any wild, funny restaurant stories? And have you seen the movie Waiting with Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds.
I've watched.
We're not going to share any Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, no, that's
Waiting stories.
That's a little bit outside the thing. If you've seen the movie Burnt,
No, I haven't seen that one. What's that one? Is it
Bradley
Waitstaff?
Cooper
Okay.
is a 3-star Michelin chef.
Okay.
In London, I believe it is.
Okay.
It's a little crazy, but I've definitely been in contact with some crazy chefs or some other crazy people, crazy owners that want to make sure things got to be one way or the highway type of thing, which in some instances works, but in most cases I find my way or the highway doesn't always work anymore.
Do they say yes, chef? Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
We don't.
Or behind you, like
in that. Oh, absolutely.
in the kitchen,
Oh,
behind,
just
you,
behind, just behind. Oh, absolutely. That word is.
Because God forbid you step back, you spill everyone's plate.
Yeah.
That's from The Bear.
That is from that.
Or that's how I know that term.
Sure. But
watching The Bear.
That's every. I would.
Do you say corner too, or
Oh yeah.
corner
Oh,
when you're
absolutely.
coming around a corner? Corner.
Always say corner, and we say door because in our case we have 3 levels.
Oh,
So if I'm
door.
coming down the stairs, I have the doors that go in and out. So I have to say door because if you're coming down with a tray, even if it's on your left side, you can put your right hand out to hold the door.
And
but
someone
then
else.
through the tray can't see it because there's only one line of sight. So we always say door coming up or down the stairs. Have to.
Have to.
We've had a couple collisions. We've had a couple fall down and go boom, for sure, absolutely.
What's your go-to meal at J. Tim's? Reno. Can share?
It's 33 years. There's not one go-to meal.
Okay.
There isn't.
Top 3.
Uh,
We're going in, Marty. Come on, Marty.
well,
Dirt.
I've been eating a lot of these lately. Sweet red chili wings. I eat mine with ranch.
Okay.
I am without a doubt a French dip guy. Roast beef, cheddar, cheese, and au jus. Simple.
Ooh.
But I like it. It's just a classic.
Try the ranch now that you said it. Ranch.
You got ranch there, but the sweet chili is that's my go-to. I only do that though when I know no one's going to bother me, and I go hide in the corner because I want to eat my wings hot. It's like a cold bacon, egg, and cheese. No one wants to eat a cold bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. I've been there long enough that I've had cold wings. I don't want to eat cold wings. If I want to sit down and have a plate of wings, I want to eat them hot. I want to enjoy them. But that's just after having them for so long. And no, I get asked all the time, it's like, aren't you sick of wings and don't you eat them every single day? No, because I work there. So yes, I have the ability to eat wings whenever I want, so that I don't eat them every single day. And no, I'm not sick of them. It just, sometimes I'll eat 3 orders in a month, and sometimes I won't eat an order for 3 months.
Wow.
It just depends the mood you're in. But like I said, people travel for an hour to get to the wings, and I've got them 30 seconds away from me sometimes.
Man, I mean, come on. Say a first timer shows up.
Buffalo Dirt.
Buffalo Dirt.
Yeah. The question.
Cheers
So
to the Buffalo Dirt.
we'll do, I'm going to say, right around 430 tons this year. I don't think we're going to hit 450. It's too late in the year to get that high, but we'll do right around 430, give or take. 80% of my wings that go out the door are Buffalo Dirt. So that leaves 20% for all the other ones, because you can have your wings not dirtied either. You can have just buffalo wings. There's some people that don't like dirt. They like them. They like it not dirt. So you can have
What lunatic goes to J.
Oh.
Tim's and doesn't get dirt?
We got lots of regulars that don't want them dirt.
Okay.
They say it gets too dry.
Does it shrivel the wing a little bit?
I would say no. I just think it tightens up the skin better. But there are other people that
Definitely
say,
makes it crunchier.
oh yes, absolutely makes it crunchier.
Is there anything worse than a loose, sloppy, skinned wing?
To me, no.
Dave thought that was funny. Loose and sloppy wing, that is.
To me, no. But there are people. If you listen, the way we for years made fun of people who eat chicken wings with a fork and a knife.
Yeah, kick them out.
Yeah, well,
They can't come back.
but see, everybody's welcome. I'm a diehard Red Sox fan. I make no bones about that. And when I got married, in my wedding party, there was 4 guys. 2 of them are diehard Yankee fans.
Yeah, sorry, we got to end the podcast.
No, we can't end the podcast. 'Cause
Sorry.
I've got best friends that are
I'm
Yankee
teasing.
fans. He was in my wedding party. I was in his wedding party. I always make the joke of, I don't own the organization.
Yeah.
I don't. Okay, so I didn't even ask you when we sat down, are you a Red Sox or Yankee fan?
Yep.
I'm a UConn men's basketball fan. I'm going to the game tonight, as a matter of fact. Die-hard fan.
See you there.
Are you going?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Cool.
So, I mean, but that's where you make the friendships, where if somebody's willing enough to just watch the game, and I hope your team loses 19-0. Well, you have the same feelings that I do, because you want my team to lose 19-0. But if we can have a beer and share some wings, we're good.
We could still get along.
Yeah, we can play golf together. We can do a podcast together. We can go out to eat dinner together. It doesn't, that's where you can't take something like that serious, to say, how can you dislike somebody for the team they root for? I'm like, no, it's, so fork and a knife, not my first choice.
What about people that leave meat on the bone?
They're lazy.
Take them out.
Or they got full. Maybe they got full. They ordered 10 wings. They got through the first 8, and the last 2 they couldn't finish them. It happens. Listen, I've seen some masterful displays of wing eatings, and I've seen some very pathetic displays of wing eating.
Yeah. Do you ever have like a contest of how many you can eat?
We did it once way back in the day, some almost 20 years ago. But as the contest was going on, we're going, yeah, this is opening us up to a lot of issues with choking and
you gotta ask yourself, is the juice worth squeezing?
There you go. Well, people say, well, that wing isn't fully, cleaned of meat, this, that, and the other thing. We only had about 15 people get involved in it.
What about the hot contest with hot wings?
Nope.
What's your hottest wing on the menu?
Nope. Buffalo Dirt.
Really?
We don't go. We're not there to. I don't know what I'm allowed to say. But we're not there to hurt your behind.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay?
Burns on the way in, burns on the way out.
Yeah, we don't want that. You.
Because I had some murder hornet. Would you try any of these?
No, thank you.
Would you try these, Dave? Yeah, murder, and the Reaper. You doing right now?
No, anything with Reaper is bad. That means it's a Reaper pepper in there, and that's you don't.
And look, it's the guy. What's his name? The Grim Reaper.
Yeah, you don't want Reaper. Ghost pepper used to be the bad one. Now it's the Reaper.
And murder hornet. We'll do those at the end. Me and Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, no, I'm passing on that now.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, we want our wings to be enjoyable. A buffalo wing should have some heat to it. It's designed. That's the reason you have the blue cheese or the ranch. You want a little cooling effect. You want a little heat. We're not looking to scald the mouth or make the lips vibrate where you can't, feel them tingle anymore. So
yeah,
come on.
Yeah.
So
takes away from the flavor because then you're
never,
sweating.
We've never been down that road. We like to keep our flavors simple. People said, you can do these and these and these. Like, we've got 5 flavors. That's more than enough.
I know, that's amazing.
We've experimented with several others out there here and there.
There are places with like 30 flavors.
Oh, yeah.
Is that too much? Like you zone in and
to them, no.
Laser focused on your flavor.
Depending on what it is, where you're at, what you're doing.
You never want to do like a fudge, not fudge, Fluffernutter, peanut butter wing and all that stuff that people are doing.
No. I know that, like I said, I know other good places that do very good wings. They have lots of flavors, and that's all more power to them. Like I said, we played with a lot of other flavors, and we're just like, you know what? We're good where we're at. We execute them well. That word again. So why fix what's not broken? We've got other areas we can add to and change with our menu. We try to be seasonal. So the wings, they already have their recognition.
And then congrats on 45-year anniversary last year. That's amazing.
Thank you.
What do we have planned for the 50th anniversary?
It's a great question.
We haven't.
They were talking about
fireworks party.
I'm gonna
Friends of Feeney get involved.
Maybe we could talk about that.
Does J.Tim's want to be a podcast sponsor? I
don't know. That's a possibility.
These are great questions. Are you going to sponsor our golf tournament?
I'm going to sponsor the golf tournament for sure.
Perfect.
I can run up the flagpole about having Friends with Feeney over at J.Timothy do the podcast.
Ooh, what if we did like a bartending celebrity server event? If we had celebrities like, maybe a couple athletes like Hurley. Coach Hurley comes bartends at J.Tim's.
You're not going to get Coach Hurley to bartend at J.Tim's. You're gonna.
Is this guy doubting me?
He
confirmed to be a guest on the podcast.
We did an event with them. We just did an event with them last year when we had the whole thing when he was going to go coach the Lakers.
Oh, that was awesome. Yeah, go ahead. That was cool.
Just
talk about that. That's awesome.
Nikki Vinci, our marketing person, just by whatever, she just said, sent out a tweet, don't go to L.A., coach.
Yeah.
Wings for life at J.Timothy's.
Yep.
Just tweeted it out. Traction. Martin Russell chimes in.
Yep.
If J.Tim's is giving you wings for life, we're giving you hot dogs for life.
Yep.
Traction. Pepe's goes, if Martin Russell's giving hot dogs, J.Tim's giving wings, Pepe's is giving pizza for life.
Yep.
Traction.
Killed.
I got a phone call there was a major work done at my house at the time. Get a phone call from the contractor saying, my podcast people that I listen to out of Philadelphia just put your show on the air. Put your name on the air. I'm going, what are you talking about? And then we get a message. We got a couple of nice people we've known very well at ESPN going, just so you know, the Dan Le Batard show just called you guys out. I'm like, what is going on here? So we start going on, and me and Nikki are in the office, and Jason Fitz is a friend of ours. We met Jason. She knew Jason Fitz from before, but he had done some events. Yep. We got to meet him, blah, blah, blah. This is when he was working back from Mike and Mike. Yep. They worked with them. So someone says, you got to listen to what they're saying on Jason Fitz's show. He's on, but at that time, it was for USA Sports Talk, whatever. So they're talking about this whole thing with Dan Hurley, local restaurants. Well, we have his number. So Nikki texts him right away saying, what you just said is wrong. So he goes on there and goes, oh, wait a minute. I just got a message from J.Timothy. Hold on. We're going to go live. I'm calling them now. So he literally calls us. He says, all right, let's talk. And Nick hands me the phone. Says, you're doing all the talking. I'm going, what's up, Jason? It's Rino. He goes, hey, how you doing? He says, what is this thing? I'm going, wait, you said this. Nikki said it's wrong. But wait, but stop. Huh? You don't shoot the messenger. He goes, no, I want some facts now. So we had this literally a 1 minute live on his radio talk show, show going on about the whole thing about, Hurley, like, we don't want him to leave. Why would I want anything to go wrong with UConn basketball, men's or women's?
Yeah.
We're the tiny state, and we are literally beating the you-know-what out of the other 49 states. Sorry. Oh, my gosh. I don't think we ever play Alaska.
Did he ever take you up on the offer? Has he been in for his free wings?
So
Hurley.
He's a state employee. He's not allowed to have free wings for life. That's everybody who chimed in with negative comments about us, given, a gentleman who's got I don't know what his contract is now, a couple $1 million a year, and that's great.
Who? Hurley? Couple?
Yeah.
Try 50.
Okay, couple. More than a couple. But us trying to give him free wings, they were going, oh my gosh, there's so many other needy people. We're like going, we were just trying to keep him.
It's the last guy who needs anything free.
He doesn't need free wings.
He needs to come on this podcast. Hurley.
Listen, we'll get you wings.
Free wings. You heard it here. Free drinks. Maximum Beverage. We'll get you free wings, free drinks.
So...
And then Martin Russell, they're a future podcast guest. Teddy Russell, great.
Awesome people.
Teddy.
Awesome people.
They're so cool.
Martin Russell people, we do
love
with them.
They're great.
Really good rapport with them. Again, there's parts of the whole
I took a tour and saw behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah. Great product. His stuff is fantastic. We buy his stuff. So
Blackie's uses them. Yep. Capitol Grill uses them.
His dogs are fantastic.
Oh, they're good.
So this gains traction. We get a call from, I don't know their title at UConn, but they are the fundraising person in charge of the basketball side. We get a call saying, this, that, and the other thing. Or, I'm sorry, Nikki reached out to somebody that she knew over there. They call us back saying, listen, this is great. We've gotten so much publicity on this thing for nothing. Nothing. This is national attention came across this thing. It was a firestorm for about 24 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember this.
This
is great.
We want to give back.
Newspaper.
Oh, all over the place.
Yeah.
It was everything.
Hartford Courant, ESPN. I saw it on both.
So we said we want to give back. So we said, we'll do an event. Any chance we could get, the players to come in here and they're like, I don't think about that, this, and that. We got a call back a couple hours later saying, listen, Alex Caravan and one of the other guys does a podcast every week. We'll do the podcast at J.Timothy's.
Come on.
I'm going, it's great. Done deal. Thought it was over. 2 weeks later, we get a call. Any chance you could host a team?
Whatever you want.
Get on the phone to Martin Russell. Listen, the team's coming. Get in to call the Pepes. I had the lady's contact. I don't remember her name. I do apologize to the lady at Pepes that came to J.Timothy's, but she reached out to us saying, if you guys want anything, call her up. The team's coming. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to sell, I think it was 70 tickets. And everything we sell is all going back into the scholarship fund at UConn. They bring in the underprivileged children to go watch basketball games, football games, soccer games, boys and girls. They bring them there for all kinds of the hockey games. So they invite families in and pay for it. I'm going, whatever we raise, we'll give it all back. Everything, whatever we collect, and we had a donation bucket. But anybody who puts in there, it's all going right back. We got double that in the media. I mean, to have a nationally televised Dan Le Batard show talk about us, I'm pretty sure it was Dan. If it's not Dan Le Batard show, Nikki might get mad at me. I'm sorry. She'll remember the 3 or 4 shows that talked about us. But, we were like, oh, this is all over it was all because of Dan Hurley.
Yeah.
But it was all because we just want to keep UConn basketball.
So did Caravan do the podcast there?
No, they never did. The
whole team showed up.
Instead of the podcast, the whole team.
You guys got picks and stuff? And
there was a whole bunch of picks. As a matter of fact, to this day, we believe, Dan Hurley, don't get mad at me, his wife, Andrea, was the one who said, we're going to J.Timothy's. because this is for a good cause.
Oh, she's the boss.
We heard this through the
She
great.
lets them know.
Yeah, I never met her, don't know. She was a wonderful woman. I met her there, met Dan. We talked a lot. We talked to the players. I mean, that was kind of crazy, you know. Tons of pictures. They were the super nicest people. You know, they were, you know, more happy, I think, to have our food, Teddy's food, Pepe's food, which we gave them plenty of, and said we gave them all care packages. They sent out pizzas. They sent out trays of hot dogs. We sent out buckets of wing. You know, these are 18, 19, 20-year-old people. They want to eat good food.
Athletes too, can eat.
They're ready to
throw it on.
House down big time.
Yeah.
So it was a wonderful event.
Cool.
It was just so fun that all that happened, you know, out of one simple tweet that just, you know, I don't know what's considered viral, but that went nuts.
Actually, text Teddy today. He's coming on the podcast. Congratulations, Teddy's having a third child.
Congratulations.
So I said, hey, you were playing man-to-man defense, and now you're playing zone defense. So when you go from 2 to 3, it's man-to-man to zone. So Teddy, shout out to Teddy. He's a great guy, and he's a future podcast guest. Be checking us out. Hurley, also, I forgot to mention, Float 41 is a podcast sponsor, and the Fix IV. Hurley loves floating in a chamber of salt water.
Okay, yep.
Because he's so fired up. He just needs to calm down and turn it off for 90 minutes. He talks very highly of it.
He is all go. As a matter of fact, he was, I think, the first person to leave. I remember when he was getting ready to go, I was talking to one of his players and two guys from the media team or the organization, the fundraiser, because they had to make sure everything was official.
Yep.
You know, we weren't allowed to do certain things like we had all the news media outlets there. They wanted to come in, and we were told at first they couldn't come in. This was just strictly a fundraiser. This is not for any kind of promoting or marketing, anything like that.
Nice.
And then afterwards, they were told they could come in and film, but they couldn't ask questions, which is what they allowed them to do, which I'm sure killed half the people. But some of them came in and just filmed. And that's fine. And we left it as nothing but a fundraiser. You weren't asking the players any questions. You weren't asking coach any questions. We're just, you know, other than small talk. But I remember when he left, he's getting ready to go, and he grabbed a slice. And I was like, Coach, let me get you a box at least. It's like, no, I got to go. I'm like, what do you got to go? He goes, I'm recruiting tomorrow. I got to go home. I got to get my notes. I'm going, let me get you a bag. I just gave him a plastic bag. I said, throw a couple slices at least for your road if you're going to go. And he was out the door. He's out the door.
Yeah, he's all business.
He is all business. But like I said, the players were super nice, super appreciative. You know, I'm sure they're told to be on their best behavior. I'm sure that, you know, it's a big business, you know.
So we do a game on the pod. Best, worst, first, last. Would that be considered like one of your best events at J-Tim's when the players showed up? And
it was awesome.
Best, worst, first, last. Do you remember your first event, your last event, your worst event, something goes wrong or missing? Sounds like this one's the best. I don't know if that could be top, but I'm sure it can be. We'll see. Do you have an event that you could think of that's a big top one? It?
The Giants Patriots Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
Even though I wanted the Patriots to win, but the Giants won.
Yep.
Was one of our best. It was our best Super Bowl ever. But the hype that day for Super Bowl Sunday was nonstop off the charts. You would have thought, I don't know how to describe it, but I mean, all day. We start serving wings, cold buckets at 10 o'clock in the morning, and everybody coming in was like in the best mood, just fired up, ready to go. So it was either you wanted the Giants to destroy the Patriots because you're anti-Patriots, or you didn't want the 8-8. I think they were 8-8 at the time when they got all the way into the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And they didn't want the so-called Giants to beat the Patriots. It was just literally a perfect storm, so to speak.
Love it.
But that was a really, really big one. Our 40th anniversary when we did it, the special event again, that was a wonderful event. I mean, the people, we sold it out in like a day, and we had so many people requesting to still come. We're like, we can't. We can only hold X amount of people. We're sorry. The men's basketball team was great, having them there. Absolutely. I mean, that's
so cool.
That was, you know.
Now, was this Klingon or
no
Donovan Klingon?
1 year past him.
After?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, he had just left.
Gotcha.
He had just left. So that was one of them. Probably the worst for me. I will not remember the year. It's about 18 years ago, maybe 20. We had moved our golf tournament because of bad weather. We moved it to September, and we had a horrendous day. I think I played 8 or 10 holes and just went inside and said, I'm done. It was cold, windy, and raining. It was like, we did it like, I think it was the end of September.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just not nice. You know, and you can't keep people's spirits up, you know, that you're trying to get money out of them for a charity event.
It's one thing you can't affect. So the weather.
Mother Nature.
Mother Nature.
You can't control her any way, shape, or form. So that was a big moment when because you couldn't cancel it again. There's nothing else you could do at this point. I think we're supposed to have like 150 golfers, and I think 70 showed up. And I think half finished the round and didn't care.
That's terrible.
So that's that's not a good one to remember. That's for sure.
Yep. First, best, worst, last.
I'll give you one of the best. Another best one. We had the ice storm, Halloween ice storm.
Oh, yep.
15 years ago. I've been in South Windsor for 13 years. So yeah, I'm going to say about 15 years ago. State got shut down for like 5 days.
Yep.
We found out that the Plainville High School was the hub for everybody to get meals being donated in. It was a Monday. We went over there Monday afternoon and found out they had like 4 people working it. We were going to bring food to them because we knew we were going to be down for we were told we were going to be down for at least 3 days.
Yep.
Freezer can only last for 24 hours. Refrigerated stuff, freezer about 36 hours, refrigerated about 24. As long as you don't open and close the door. That's pretty standard. But we're going to lose it. They had generators. Let's give them all the food. We'd already talked to a couple other restaurants. Even we talked to Nazzles in Plainville. He said, if you'll stop by and grab some stuff, you can bring it in there for this. We're done. We're going to do what we can. So I remember pulling in there with our other manager, Greg Gardner, who's our general manager. See, there's like 5 people. I knew one of the guys, Scott. He was on the Board of Education. He was a Rotarian. They just finished cooking lunch for everybody. He's like, yeah, we don't know we're doing this, that, and the other thing. The town health inspector was there. Marco Palmieri was our health inspector for years in Plainville. I know him very well because he inspected our place. Very professional. You can make a rapport with him, keep your place clean. It's how it works. I look at him, I said, they need help because they need help bad. He says they only had 120. They served 125 people today. It was 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They hadn't even started cleaning up from the lunch, basically. I'm going, I like Greg. I said, Greg, I got an idea. He's like, what? He goes, let's take it over. He said, what do you mean? He goes, I said, I'll take 3 or 4 of the kitchen guys. I'll take 2 or 3 of the prep guys. I said, and I'll lead it up. I'll get maybe one of the other cooks. He said, what else are we going to do? He's like, we're done for at least 3 days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, wow.
So I looked at the 4 people there. I told Scott, I said, Scott, here's the deal. Get out. He's like, what do you mean get out? I said, Marcos gave us a blessing here. I said, none of you people are Surf Safe certified. Of the 8 people that are coming in here, we're Surf Safe certified.
Yeah.
I said, talk to whoever's in charge of the kitchen for Plainville High School. I said, you guys do breakfast. And they were basically just putting cereal and toast out for everybody and cut fruit. I said, we got lunch and dinner for the next 3 days. I said, I got Nazzle's food. I said, I got food from at that time, right over here, the CVS used to be called the Silo Restaurant.
Okay.
Gary, I knew Gary, the owner over there. He called me up, said, what are you doing with all your food? I said, I'm donating here. He's like, come get it. We at Saints Restaurant, come get it. So for the next 3 days, it ended up being about a dozen of the staff. I said, listen, the owner said, we'll pay you. Everybody go over there, take care of them. So for the next 3 days, we fed everybody in the town of Plainville. By the first night, they got word that J.Timothy was cooking the food there. We're putting out, nice buffets.
Oh, yeah.
Meriden called. They wanted to know if they get money, stuff for their food bank. New Britain called. They wanted to get stuff for their food bank. Local law enforcement was calling Plainville saying, we got guys coming through. Can we get doggy bags? Something came through. Farmers came back. We gave them doggy bags. We made a place.
Once they hear J. Tim's is in town.
Yeah. That's
phenomenal.
Proud moment.
Congratulations.
No,
that's
a
so
proud
cool. That's
moment.
being a good friend right there.
That was a proud moment that and to be honest, we had a blast.
Yeah.
We had a blast. We
Thinking outside the box.
Because we were whatever food was brought in, we were just cooking. So all of a sudden we got in 30 pounds of frozen crawfish. All right. I've never made crawfish etouffee. Let's look up a recipe. All right. We got some rice, some pepper, some olives, some Saison seasoning, some sausage. We don't have andouille, but we've got hot Italian sausage from this place. We're going to put in this big giant kettle, make it all up, put it in a chafing dish and call it a day.
Boom.
We made crawfish etouffee. It wasn't like you get in Louisiana, but it was really stinking good. And people were like, oh my gosh. We had the second night, we had filet mignon. Because I ended up having like 8 whole fillets. We butchered them down. We roasted them off. We did slices. People were like, we did a mushroom bordelaise sauce because
we had it.
Oh, it was wonderful. But we had all this food we had to use. So that was a big moment. The town of Plainville gave J.Timothy's a key or a placard for that whole thing to the owners, and they thanked us, and which was a big deal. That was it made you feel good.
Yeah, you're giving back.
I'm sorry, that maybe my kids were little. Yeah, it was a good 15, 16 years ago. My son is now 19. So
Yeah, my girls were in kindergarten when we had no school for a couple days.
Yep.
So
how old are your girls now?
17. So
15, 16 years ago.
You're about right.
Yeah, so it was that was one of those, I don't know if you put it in the best or worst or whatever, but
that was great.
Yeah,
it was so cool to share that story.
That was a good one.
A couple more questions, and we got to wrap up. But I think it's awesome. I want to shout out some friends. J.Timothy's put this out, the Sunday Night Crew. What do you know about the Sunday Night Crew?
Who put that out?
Erica took the pick, bottom left. And I guess there's a weekend crew. The Sunday Night Crew are regulars. They come every Sunday. A wonderful group being served with our wonderful bartender. She did a selfie on J.Tim. So that's really cool.
Erica just celebrated her 40th birthday. She's been with us for 22 or 23 years now.
I'll put that picture up. Boom.
She's one of our longest-standing bartenders, and she has a Sunday group. I work Sunday day shifts. So I never even see these people, although I know a couple of them because they come in other times.
Yep.
But just by chance, they all started just coming in on Sunday night. So on
Very
her
cool.
birthday, there was like about 18 of them. They all put a shirt on that said Sunday Night Crew. So when we put together the surprise party for her, they had invited all these people in there. So, that's the beauty of the restaurant. Yeah. Sunday Night Crew. That's
building friendships.
Yeah. The old softball team.
Yep.
The pitcher named Dirt.
Yep.
We've sponsored little league teams. The golf tournaments, the charity events, the things that you can do that, to help out the community that helps you. You want to have a good rapport with everybody. You don't want to be the person that everybody talks about negatively or doesn't talk about.
Yeah. You give back. No, it's a great organization.
Try to.
And let's talk about quickly your Instagram page at Reno Eats and Drinks. I mean, we didn't even get to talk about that.
Where does that come?
I got research. I know people.
Why does that?
Let's shout out.
No, it's so that is just. Well, I'm not usually humbled. I'm usually.
You've been.
I'm not at a loss for words. I can definitely talk. That's not the issue. But
Bears Barbecue, J.Tim's, Max Downtown, some places.
So I go to a lot of. I don't go out as often as I used to. Now I have. Well, my son's
the pork belly bao buns at Mechi.
They're good.
Ooh, I saw a picture. You posted that.
Yeah, that's good.
Bears Barbecue.
We like
great
bears.
spot.
We like
Max.
bears. Yep.
The tuna.
Oh, the ahi tuna is fantastic.
Shout out to Rhino's Eats and Drinks. Come on, you're an influencer. Be proud.
No, I am not one of those influencers by any means. I don't have the time to be. I did that because I get asked a lot at the restaurant for recommendations for other places.
Yeah.
And I always tell people, you want to go to a good Chinese restaurant, I'll tell you where to go. We don't serve Chinese food. You want a good pizza, I'll tell you where my favorite places are for pizza.
What is it? Tell us.
Oh, it depends which kind of pizza I want. I love Camille's out in Holland.
Ooh, yep.
Love Camille's. I've got no problem with Pepe's. I like Pepe's, but
which one?
I go to one in Manchester. Well, no, I go to New Haven if I want to, but I live right by the Manchester one.
Okay.
But I'm a very light char crust guy. I don't want it. I want the very light char. Adam Greenberg, Sparrow Pizza in West Hartford.
Mm-hmm.
Love him. Great person, great pies. But then I want a good old school Greek pizza every once in a great while. I got Sal's in South Windsor. He does an old school Italian, very fluffy crust. So it just depends on the mood I'm in for pizza.
Yep. I agree.
Every year, we close down once the Super Bowl starts. We do a house employee party. I'll give you another one, and I'll give them a shout out. Naples in Farmington.
Ooh, yeah.
Fantastic pizza.
Coming on the podcast.
Yeah. Absolutely fantastic pizza. Love Naples. If I'm not driving from South Windsor back to Farmington to get pizza to go back over there.
Yeah, Naples. Good stuff.
Camille's.
A lot of people spawned off of Naples, too.
Oh, their pizza's fantastic. So, but I tell people you go other places. When I get people that visit us from other states or just in the area, you want to go see these attractions, go eat these foods, go down to Mystic and see this, or, go out to Stonington to see this, do this hike.
So everyone check out Reno's Eats and Drinks on Instagram. The guy's the man.
So that was just, like I go on vacation. People say, "Where'd you go? What'd you eat?" Here's where I went. Here's where I ate. That's how I do live my life. Yeah. That's it. I like.
I could talk to you for hours, man. You're amazing. You're a great, great talker. You're a good friend. You have some knowledge and experience. You've been there for 36 years.
No, 34.
34 years. You took 2 years off.
I took a year and a half off.
Okay, about rounds to two.
I got 34. I've got 34 years with them.
Gotcha.
I've known them for 36.
Yep, and you're the program director and hiring manager at
Beverage director.
Beverage. Yep.
I'd be program director. I like that.
I was a program director at a camp, so that just comes to my mind.
Beverage director. So if they're looking for that particular craft beer or something of that nature, that becomes.
All right, rapid fire, then we're out.
Sure.
Flats or drums?
Right now I'm on drums.
Mild, medium, or inferno?
Oh no, medium.
Favorite shift beverage?
Alcoholic or non-alcoholic?
We'll do both.
I'm a big flavored seltzer guy.
Okay.
I'll bring my own flavored seltzer to work from time to time because I like my flavored seltzers. Stop and Shop Blood Orange is one of my favorites.
Oh, that's a go-to. I like that.
Absolutely. I love my hazy IPAs. Fox Farm Brewery is probably my favorite right now. No disrespect to several others out there. I've got friends at New England Brewing. I've got friends at Counterweight. Friends at Back East. I love these guys at Kent Falls. New Park Brewing. But Fox Farm.
Shout out to New Park. I podcasted my 150th podcast. Was there.
Great people over there. We're very good friends with them. Once we got their beer on tap.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I keep
Cloudscape?
I got a running line of theirs all the time. Between Cloudscape.
Double Cloudscape?
Double Cloud I do in the cans.
Ooh.
I do Cloudscape and then I rotate. Like I had Vortex and I had Fragment last week. I had Headband the week before that.
Shout out to New Park Brewery. John, Tom.
Love New Park's blenders. They make my favorite blend, my favorite sour ever.
Which one?
Kaliki. It's the kiwi passion fruit. I think it's mango. It drinks. The problem with that is it's like a golf beer. The problem is you're cutting the grass. I realized I just had 3 of them. And I'm like, no wonder my stomach is still turning and burning because I just had 3 sours in 45 minutes. It goes down so smooth. It's one of the most tastiest.
Interesting.
It's called Kaliki. I love it. Without a doubt. I put that right there with my Fox Farm Layers and Bursts. Those are my guys. And
all right, then last one.
Yeah.
The best seat in the restaurant. Best seat in J. Tim's. Where are we sitting? Best seat. And then we got to go. This is amazing. It was so good to chat with you. This is episode 156 with the great Rino Ouellet.
I want Barstool 2.
Barstool 2.
I see people walking in. You're not in the restaurant, though. If I'm in the restaurant, I'd almost rather be upstairs in the pub loft, relaxing in the booths. I got the TVs there.
Yep.
And I got plenty of walkway to go through.
All right, you heard it here first. Barstool 2. They put ketchup in the sauce. He said it. Favorite beer is New Park. Favorite pizza. The pizza at New Park's really good, too.
I've not had the pizza.
Oh.
My favorite beer is Fox Farm, but I give everybody else credit. You can call out New Park if you want. I've not had the pizza. And I know Alex is the one who started the recipe at New Park.
Yep.
But
no,
you could quote me anything you want for favorite pizza or favorite beer.
No, and check out Reno Eats and Drinks, and go check out J. Tim's. It's a landmark. It's an amazing place. I had a wonderful time talking with you.
Blast. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. This is fantastic. It's great to be good people.
I mean, Andy brought wings. I mean, you could be the podcast guest every episode.
I get friends that way.
Let's say be a good friend on 3. 1, 2, 3. Be a good friend.
At the friends of Feeney.